us at all. Totally normal. About a month ago, I started a new job in a new industry. And with no social or political capital and no experience in that industry, I've been busy. I've spent tons of time in meetings, learning the business, the software and the tools we use, meeting people, and just generally getting acquainted with this new chapter of my life and career. Even though my job has changed, my priorities haven't. I'm still a husband and a dad, and maybe a mediocre bike racer. The job, the career, is just a means to an end. It's what I do to be able to provide for those things that I truly care about in my life. But, gotta have some sort of routine to make everything fit. I've only got so many hours in a day, so many days in a week. So I thought I'd bring you along with me on a typical day and show you what that looks like, kind of start to finish. Most days for me start pretty much the same way. My wife and I get up at 5 to have some coffee and quiet time before the kids get up. But back in 2015, I was in a fairly bad accident, broke my back, and messed up my neck. And I've been in and out of physical therapy ever since, trying to manage the pain and range of motion. But for the past month, I've been using a virtual physical therapy app called Hinge Health. I'm not sponsored, by the way, which is pretty cool. They sent me sensors for my chest and arms, which track my motion, and then they've gamified physical therapy. Every day I get a list of exercises to do through the app, and you get points for doing those exercises. And with those points come levels, and the exercises increase in difficulty. And as a result of that, over the past month, I've seen my neck pain decrease pretty dramatically, and my range of motion increase. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check them out. Today, though, is Friday, and I coach my kids' soccer team, and practice starts at 6. So if I'm lucky, I'll be able to stop home between work and practice. If I'm not so lucky, I may be riding directly there and getting changed in the bathroom. Right now, though, I'm about to go through downtown San Jose, which is the sketchiest part of my commute. So I'm going to devote my attention to that, and I'll catch up with you in a few minutes. Reason 5,963 why I won't commute by bike without my barrier radar and my mirror. I really didn't want to take my eyes off the car in front of me because I didn't know if they were going to slow down suddenly when I looked back over my shoulder. And boy, did I need to look back over my shoulder because I needed an escape route because that car was about to right hook me. I try to take quiet roads where I can, but I do work in the middle of a pretty big city, so sometimes it's just not possible. And I often have meetings pretty early in the morning, so I can't go way out of my way. There's a balance. So this route has a mix of busy roads, quiet roads, neighborhoods, office parks, and trails. Oh, Bay Area Fridays. Any other day, that's a parking lot. But on a Friday, nobody goes to work. Where were we? Right, routines. If I'm honest, it's been pretty rough. We've got soccer practice Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And on Wednesday nights, I started racing the track. So I'm busy every weeknight. And then on the weekends, most of the time, we've got at least a game per day. Sometimes 2, 3, or 4. Between that and the new job, I don't have a lot of time. So I had to prioritize. I'm still training, but lately I have been on a trainer road low volume plan, and I try to do workouts on the trainer early, 3 days a week, and then commute my bike for the aerobic stuff. But lifting, which is also a priority for me, has been sporadic at best. I'm trying to find a way to make it happen more regularly, but again, I've only got so many hours in a day. Soccer season's wrapping up pretty soon, so that'll free up 4 of my evenings, and maybe I can squeeze in some lifting in the garage on a couple of those nights. I'm not going to sacrifice hanging out with my wife or missing my kids' soccer games, and while I would put work lower on my priority list than family and fitness, I need the money that I make from work to support things that I really do care about, so by default it ends up taking up a lot of time. But if it were fun, it probably wouldn't be called work. It rained the past few days, so let's see how wet these underpasses are. Definitely wetter than Monday, but not bad. For having no rain in the forecast, those skies look awfully ominous. Alright, that's the end of the trail, and I can't take my camera inside, so I'll see you in a few hours.
2 hours later.
Alright, back on the trail. The good news is that I had a really productive morning, which led to some downtime, and I was able to get in a quick full-body gym workout. The bad news is that work piled up later in the day, and I got out later than I wanted to, which means now I have to hustle in order to make it back in time for practice. And there is water falling from the sky, not in any meaningful way, but enough to be annoying. But the temperature's great, even if it is a little gloomy, so I'm going to do my best to enjoy the rest of my ride home. Fantastic. I clearly jinxed myself, because just as I said that, it actually started to rain proper. I did not sign up for this. If it gets much harder than this, I'm going to have to stop and put on the cover on the backpack so my computer doesn't get ruined. But right now I think we're going to be okay. The bummer here is that I have rain gear, I have fenders, but none of this was in the forecast. My chain and brakes are very mad at me right now.
Well, the intent was to show you how a typical day goes for me, and I guess it worked out better than I could have expected. For you, not me. But in all seriousness, the plan seldom goes to plan. Life doesn't always follow a script, and certainly not the one that you wrote. And while we can't control the circumstances or the things that happen to us, we certainly can control how we react to them. I decided I was going to have fun with it. I knew it was going to make for some pretty good content. Anyway, I did make it home in time for soccer practice, which was dry, but I was very, very cold, having ridden in the rain for 30 miles. I had decided that when I got there for practice that I wasn't going to stay for adult soccer later, but then I got talked into it by the other coaches. All in all, it turned out to be a really good day, and while I'd never set out hoping that I was going to ride in the rain, getting stuck in it isn't the end of the world, even if I don't have my rain gear. It's just part and parcel with being a bike commuter. And speaking of bike commute content, for more of that, why don't you click right here, but that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.